So the reason why we are not at a World Cup is due to African white magic voodoo. It hasn't yet fully dawned in. It hasn't yet fully dawned in. And I do believe that just like it was years ago, December 5th is the World Cup draw. And when the World Cup draw comes along and they call out the names, and I'm like, wait, come on, you've called out 48 teams and there's no Nigeria? Nigeria, the most populous African country. Nigeria, where we are football obsessed. The Super Eagles, the 94 98 team. There must be a mistake. Once it is confirmed and they do the draw and Nigeria's name is not there, then it will fully dawn on me that Nigeria have not made successive World Cups. They haven't made the first intergalactic universal World Cup. And they really managed to botch up a 48-team World Cup where the qualification was far easier than it was in previous years. So those are watching. But, because again, this news broke before, but I wanted just to give my thoughts on this video. So I think the best thing to do is let me just present the news to begin with. So Chelle, on why he was angry after the game last night. During all the penalties, the guy from DR Congo did some voodoo, white magic. He had something like water and was sprinkling it. So before we even get it, because again, it's voodoo or not, it doesn't matter. But let's first talk about voodoo and white magic. Voodoo exists. Yes. Voodoo, aka white magic, does exist. Because my uncle has told me some crazy stories involving voodoo, involving JUJU, and involving white magic, where some truly inexplicable things have happened. So 100% I believe in JUJU. Because I grew up in a country where JUJU is a big thing and people have used the art of JUJU, so I fully believe it. And there have been matches, because I think that there's even a footage of, this game, I think it's African Champions League, where you saw this keeper sprinkling some dust at a goalpost, and then it's ended up where like the players could not even score after he sprinkled some dust. So I believe in voodoo. It's real. JUJU is real. And I'm not going to confirm or deny as to whether I have engaged in JUJU in order to influence certain results. I'm not going to confirm I have. I'm neither going to deny that I have. All I'm saying though is JUJU is real, and I may or may not have used JUJU in order to influence results in my favor and influence results to stop certain teams or individuals for achieving their dreams. I'll leave it at that. I don't care whether they use JUJU or not. I don't. The last thing I want to hear from the coach, and I mean this is the last thing I want to hear from the coach, is a team is blaming the loss on voodoo. That's the last I want to hear, because what Eric Chelle needs to realize is that you have to now be real. Maybe it was a hit of the moment or whatsoever, but Eric Chelle has to look at the bigger picture. This is the Super Eagles. This is Nigeria. And this is a team who shouldn't even go to penalties against DR Congo. This is a team who, based on the talents that you should have, not the talents on the pitch, because I'm not repping Ndidi, I'm not repping the Nepo baby Iwobi, but based on that talent on that pitch, you should expect more from these guys. You should expect more from these guys. That's just where I'm just going. So my thing here is, even if, let's just play the game. Let's say they used voodoo. So what? For me, they did not use voodoo. They did not use JUJU. That's just a lot of crap. Basically, that's just looking for excuses. And to even bring that up, it's cringe and it's just stupid. because it makes you look like a mumu. Seriously, I'm sorry. If a manager is blaming a loss on Voodoo and JUJU after being outplayed for 120 minutes, it makes you look like a mumu and an olodo. Whether they did or they did not, you got outplayed. DR Congo were the better team. DR Congo that goal should have stood by DR Congo. It should have stood. Nigeria's best player was Stanley Nwabali. Without Nwabali, it doesn't go to penalties. Without Nwabali, they would have won on penalties even beforehand with the saves that he made. So the key thing, that's all I want to hear, is give Congo their credit. Because you are lucky it's even got to penalties. Because you got totally and utterly outplayed. One team was playing football, another team was playing haram ball. One team was trying to actually win in a footballing way, another team was just hitting and hope and doing inshallah long ball. So, based on just how that game went, I don't want to hear any excuses. None at all. And the last thing I want to hear is we lost on penalties due to white magic and voodoo. I don't want to hear that crap. Give Congo their credits. They deservedly won it. And I'll be rooting for Congo to win their intercontinental final playoff game in March. And hopefully, if they make the World Cup, I'll be rooting for them the World Cup as a fellow African nation. But even more so, just based on just how good they were and just how they systematically beat those super losers. Oh, they have my full support, 100%. And my thing here is, wait, what is it? So my thing here is this, man. My thing here is this. As I've said again, I'm boycotting the Super Eagles. So before I talk about the boycotts, maybe I'll put this out in a separate thing. Osimhen did really good. And I'm not gonna fault his efforts. I'm not gonna fault his efforts on what he did. Because I put out a tweet that maybe that rubbed people the wrong way. If you're representing your country in arguably one of the most important games ever for the history, which is a potential place at a World Cup, knowing what a World Cup ticket means, and you know that you're the team's best player, I am not coming off that pitch unless I can't actually walk. Unless I can't walk, I can walk the pitch. Thierry Henry said something very interesting. So Thierry Henry said that for most of his career, he can't remember a time where he was not carrying a knock. That he can't remember a time where he was 100% fit. He was always carrying something and was never fully fit, but you just have to go through it. Mental fortitude. Because my thing is, many people will say that, oh, come on, he was injured, he's injury prone. In a game like that, representing your nation, unless you can't walk, unless you literally cannot move, I am going to play. And I will play until literally I actually can't move and I literally cannot move. Because your desire to help your country in whatever way you can should be more than any small niggling injury. Because if you're that injured, you should not even be able to walk up and down, go up and down. So, because Cristiano Ronaldo, when he had to go off with that serious injury, he was crying because he wanted to be there for his country. So people say, I'm not faulting Osimhen's patriotism. I'm not faulting his thing, but I just have to question. I just have to question as to, are you saying that you really couldn't remain on that pitch until you literally physically could not move? Were you saving yourself for, hey, look, I don't want to be fully injured. Let me save myself a little bit for Galatasaray. I'm just asking the questions. So, but again, as I said again, I'm boycotting this damn team. It's over. So obviously, I'd want Nigeria just to do well just in general, just for Nigerians. But I can't support this team. Until there's an overhaul of the NFF, until there's an overhaul of just the Nigerian attitude, there's an overhaul of just organization, I'm boycotting these guys. And I employ other Nigerians to do the same. I implore other guys to do the same. That, because something needs to happen, because if you don't boycott, we'll be back here again. We'll be back here with another disappointment. We'll be back here with bonuses not being paid. We'll be back here with hotels not being properly booked. We'll be back here again. So until there is a full boycott, and where there's a demand that we demand that the money given by FIFA is distributed well. We demand that this team is that the Super Eagles are properly supported. We demand that you actually pay bonuses on time, earlier on time. And we demand that you pick an actual team that represents the 200 million people that live in Nigeria. And you don't have the likes of bloody Iwobi or in Ndidi in a damn Nigerian football team, because trust me, you can find better players than those two guys for your midfield. So, as I said again, look, it's rock bottom. It hasn't sunk in yet. But I think once that draw is made on December 5th, then it will fully dawn that, wow, Nigeria really couldn't qualify for a damn 3,000 team World Cup that includes the likes of Krypton, Mars, Neptune, and Metropolis. Nigeria couldn't be there. Because you know what the World Cup is? And do you know what this is? The World Cup is like the best party in the world. So this is like the best party in the world, and you're not invited. And you have to watch it from outside. That's what it feels like. So that's where I am. I am boycotting this team because they don't deserve my support. And I implore every other Nigerian to boycott this team until there is a complete and systematic overhaul of the NFF, a complete and systematic overhaul of the team and how the team operates. Until that happens, I employ every Nigerian to boycott this team, relinquish their support from this team until we see actual, true, systematic changes in the likes of youth development, youth coaching, stadium development, support for the local leagues, the support of talent, the development of talent, and paying bonuses on time. Until that happens, every Nigerian should boycott these guys. And just lastly, you might not see Nigeria in a World Cup until 2034. Because if Nigeria is serious, this is a 10-year plan. So if Nigeria is serious, it's a 10-year plan where you probably wouldn't see Nigeria at the World Cup until 2030, 34. Because it needs to happen. Because the way things are going, if things remain the same, they're not qualifying for 2030. If things do change, this is a 6, 7, 8-year plan, which means that you might have to miss us on a 2030 as you're building for 2034. Whatever the case may be, serious, fundamental change needs to happen, or else we're just going to be back here yet again. And it's just going to be Groundhog Day, another vicious damn cycle.